Before Minsu could say anything, Sunjin asked her if she was okay. She told him she was fine, but felt a bit overwhelmed by everything. Their eyes met again, and Sunjin could sense there was something on her mind. Though he knew what it was, he wasn't sure how to bring it up. Finally, he mustered the courage and explained that he had disappeared because of family issues and that he had really enjoyed the brief moment they spent together. Laughing, he teased her about not knowing how to ride a horse, and Minsu smiled, relieved to know she wasn't the only one who kept replaying those moments. Sunjin admitted that his schedule was usually filled with work, leaving little time to socialize, and that she was the first person he had spent a day with in a long time, something he had genuinely enjoyed. Minsu encouraged him to socialize more, telling him that life isn't all about work. She shared how she juggled studying and part-time jobs, but still made time for friends. Jokingly, Sunjin asked if she could teach him how to balance work and social life, and they both laughed. Minsu mentioned she had to go to her part-time job after the party, but had made time to support her friend. As they continued chatting, Kim approached them, surprised to see them together. She told Minsu she had been looking for her, keeping her eyes on Sunjin as she greeted him with a smile and complimented his speech. Sunjin thanked her and encouraged her to use the opportunity to grow her career. Before Kim could say more, Sunjin turned to Minsu, said he needed to leave for work, and walked away. Both girls watched him leave, and Kim, clearly curious, asked Minsu how she had gotten close to him. Minsu replied that they weren't close. He had just come to chat with her since she was standing alone. Relieved, Kim asked what they talked about, and Minsu vaguely said it was mostly about the weather and a bit of politics. Kim, with a dismissive tone, remarked that Minsu wasn't Sunjin's type, adding that Korean men usually stick to their own and don't date outside their culture. Surprised and hurt by the comment, Minsu reminded Kim that she was Korean, just different, and that her entire life revolved around Korean culture. Sensing she had offended Minsu, Kim quickly changed the topic and suggested they head back inside. Though Minsu smiled and pretended to be okay, she couldn't shake the sting of her friend's words. That night, Sunjin couldn't stop thinking about Minsu. He wondered if it was possible to develop feelings for someone after just one encounter. Dismissing the idea, he told himself it was probably just curiosity because she was different. Yet, the next day at work, he found himself hoping to see her again. He even asked his assistant if Minsu had come to drop lunch for her friend, but when the assistant said no, Sunjin quickly changed the topic. Later, he made an unusual visit to the intern's office, hoping to catch a glimpse of her, but she wasn't there. Frustrated with himself, he questioned whether he was losing his mind. That evening, Sunjin made a call to someone who agreed to do him a favor. The next day, Minsu was called to the dean's office, where she was praised for her academic excellence. The dean informed her that, as one of the top students, she had been selected for an internship at Tech Bloom, where she would shadow their legal team as a law major. Overjoyed, Minsu couldn't wait to share the news and video called her mom, who expressed pride in her hard work and dedication. Minsu couldn't wait to start the internship, eager to surprise Kim with the news. While Sunjin briefly crossed her mind, she dismissed the thought, convincing herself that their interaction was nothing more than a fleeting moment of kindness. After all, as Kim had said, Sunjin was out of her league, and she didn't fit the conventional Korean beauty standards. Like and comment for Part 5. One morning, Minsu was walking with her friend Kim from class and mentioned that she planned to rest since she was free that day. Kim invited her to a tech conference she was attending that evening. Minsu declined, explaining that she wasn't interested in tech and thought it would be boring. However, Kim pleaded, revealing that one of the youngest CEOs of the biggest tech company in Korea, Tech Bloom, would be presenting. She confessed she had a huge crush on him and looked up to him as her role model, urging Minsu to come for support. Not wanting to disappoint her friend, Minsu reluctantly agreed. That evening, the two arrived at the conference, which was packed with attendees. They sat in the front row and took a few pictures. The event began, and the MC introduced the guest speaker, the youngest CEO of Tech Bloom, Soo Jin. The crowd erupted in cheers, including Kim, who was visibly excited. As Soo Jin took the stage, Minsu was shocked to recognize him as the guy she had met at a bar months ago, the one who had vanished without a word. He looked completely different, formal, composed, and nothing like the carefree man she remembered. Minsu couldn't focus on the presentation, her mind swirling with thoughts about their past encounter and wondering if their paths crossing again was fate. After the presentation, Soo Jin signed autographs for his book. Seeing this as an opportunity, Minsu joined the queue, hoping to speak with him. When their eyes finally met, Soo Jin appeared surprised to see her. She greeted him, but before she could say more, the crowd grew impatient, forcing her to leave. Frustrated by the brief encounter, Minsu decided to follow him as he headed to his car. Gathering her courage, she stopped him and exchanged pleasantries, her heart racing. She was about to ask why he had disappeared when Kim appeared, interrupting the moment. Kim introduced herself to Soo Jin, gushing about how much she admired him and mentioning her dream of working in tech. Soo Jin encouraged her to work hard and handed her his business card, advising her to apply for an internship at his company. He then left, leaving Minsu both happy and conflicted, happy to have seen him again, but upset by how different their lives seemed. That night, she researched Soo Jin and discovered that he came from a wealthy and influential family in Korea. He was renowned for his intelligence and success, and this revelation deepened her feelings of inadequacy. She wished he were just the simple guy she had met at the bar. A few days later, Minsu met Kim at the university cafeteria, where Kim excitedly announced that she had been accepted as an intern at Tech Bloom. Minsu was genuinely happy for her friend, knowing how much this opportunity meant to her. Kim shared her excitement about working closely with Soo Jin, her longtime crush, and Minsu, despite her own feelings, encouraged her to pursue her dreams. On Kim's first day at Tech Bloom, Minsu decided to surprise her with lunch. She navigated the massive corporate building and accidentally walked into Soo Jin's office, interrupting his meeting with an assistant. Awkwardly, she explained she was lost, and the assistant directed her to the intern's office. As she left, she noticed Soo Jin watching her, though he avoided discussing her with his assistant. Minsu eventually found Kim's office, and the two shared coffee during her break, laughing about Kim's experiences on her first day. Kim mentioned how difficult it was to get time with their busy CEO, and Minsu reassured her that she'd get her chance. Later that evening, Minsu attended a dinner celebration for the new interns at Kim's invitation. The venue was elegant, and Minsu felt out of place, aware of the curious glances directed her way. Spotting Kim, she joined her, and the two chatted until the event began. Soo Jin walked in and headed straight to the stage to give a speech. Watching him, Minsu was flooded with memories of their brief but impactful time together. She stepped outside to the balcony, feeling overwhelmed by her thoughts and the growing distance between them. As she stood there, lost in thought, Soo Jin appeared. Seeing her alone, he called her name, and when she turned to face him, her heart raced. She was caught off guard by his presence, uncertain of what to say, as the memories of their past encounter and the current circumstances collided in her mind. Like and comment for Part 4.